Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. We are live on YouTube. This is going to be an intimate Zoom training that we literally just decided to launch and promote to some selective people, selective coaches to join in today and to add some value. So if you want to do a workshop, maybe your first workshop that you want to host, you definitely are in the right place at the right time. Or maybe you've actually been hosting workshops, okay? But you're looking to bring more people to show up to your workshops. We're going to share with you how we absolutely do that, where we consistently get 37.7% show up rate from the people that register. So let's say 1/3 of the people that register for your workshop actually do show up to the workshop, where you can add value, you can promote your signature offer, and you can convert new clients and be able to work with new people just from the particular workshop. So I'm super pumped up. Okay, my name is Vanessa Black. I'm one of the owners and founders of Ivy Leads here. We're going to get started in about a few more minutes here at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to have people calling in and jumping in from all over the world, whether they're watching on YouTube or they're joining in to our exclusive Zoom invite. So super excited you're here. If you're just joining in on YouTube, then go ahead and state your name, what type of coach you are, and where you're calling in from. We'd love to see where you're at. We're going to be investing, and I'm going to be investing the next 45 to 60 minutes with you all to answer any questions you have and to really help you just maximize your next workshop. Okay. That's what we want to do here in the next 45 minutes or so. Okay. So I'm super pumped up. Any questions you do have, you can actually put it in the chat box, or you can, share, and we'll get to answer any of your questions that you do have. All right. So we'll get started in about 2 more minutes. In the meantime, get your notepad, get your pen, get ready to take some notes, however you take notes, because I'm going to give you some valuable information. And if you've never connected with us before, hello, we're so glad to connect with you. Just a little bit about Isabel and I. Not only are we partners in business, but partners in life. We started our company, in 2018, where we literally packed our bags, jumped on a plane for a month-long trip around Asia, and the rest is history. Okay. No, but some beautiful things happened from there. That's where we started our business in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, and we're just helping coaches all over the world to grow and scale their business on the online spaces like Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, all organically without paid advertising. So hope you're ready for the value that is about to be shared and you're ready to receive. We'd love to know your expectations and what you want to get out of the next 45 minutes at least of your time, because your time is valuable. We do value your time. And so it's important for us. All right. So looking forward to hearing all of that, and we'll get started shortly. Hello, hello.
Hello.
What's up, Elvis? How you doing?
Yeah, all good. Yourself?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you well. Can you?
Yes. How you doing? I'm Vanessa. Nice to connect with you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, was quite intrigued after the email to join tonight's Zoom. So let's see where it leads to.
Awesome. Awesome. It was very last minute. I decided to, let's say, last minute invite whoever wanted to join in and just provide some value here on how you not only you can set up a workshop, but also promote to it and convert on your workshop.
Perfect.
Yeah. So whoever jumps in, we're live on different social media channels as well, like YouTube and different channels. So there's going to be people joining in, but I'm glad that you showed up to the Zoom so I can answer any questions you have as well. All right. Cool. So where are you calling in from?
Currently I'm in Scotland, in Edinburgh.
Very cool. Very cool. So what type of coach are you, Elvis?
Actually, I'm rebuilding my business again. More direction is resilience coach,
Okay.
Yeah, sort of. Yesterday I was really good on a hike, like sometimes when you're exposed in some different environment, your mind really sets into it, gets like in right position. And while I was like hiking, I had like this vision. And I don't know, accidentally tonight was all about the workshop, and I would really love to launch sort of like the weekend workshops where we more help like for men to reawake the inner power, like properly resilience. Because I think resilience we all have at some level into our lives, but we have forgotten actually how much capable we are. So I think it would be nice to launch some weekend workshops to help people realize actually how much powerful they are. Because sometimes with the life we go through, and I don't know, some set of events just keep happening, right? And we start to think actually we are not as capable as we are, So yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome. Like that.
Well, let's definitely make it happen. I've created a document that I'm going to go over as well, just so you understand a little bit background about me, because this is our first time connecting. You're probably like, who the heck is this, right? But my name is Vanessa, and my business partner and life partner's name is Isabel, and our company is Ivy LEADZ. Okay, so since 2018, we started our business and we grew it, generated millions of dollars within our business, and help coaches all over the world to bring in consistent calls and clients so that they can actually grow their business and scale online. Okay. Nice. So yeah, there's a lot of noise online, but everything that I'm going to share with you, everything that we teach, we've done from experience, and it works effectively. So therefore, that's why we're super passionate, and that we are confident that if you implement it, you can have the results as well.
Okay, cool. Okay. Sweet. What is the main platforms where you work like?
Yeah, great question. So our main 3 platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Okay, cool. Okay.
When we first started, we were solely focused on Instagram. Okay. So that's like our focus, because sometimes if you go too many platforms in the beginning and it's only you right now, you can get very overwhelmed and then there's no focus. So, I would recommend you choose, at least 1 or 2 platforms that are main platforms, and you can grow your business from there. Literally all of our clients, and we've worked with thousands of coaches, come from social media.
Okay, I see. So you don't focus on the website and SEO, nothing like that, just mainly through the social media, yeah?
SEO, no, but the website I'm going to share with you, we've had used one website all of the years. One, we call it could be like an opt-in or a lead magnet, and I'll dive into that for you so you can actually review as well.
Okay, because I somehow suppose like you have acquired my email through some email marketing. It was some free ebook or something, but as we can see, it was really effective despite I haven't been following in social media. Like email marketing is one of the greatest ways, as long as you acquire the email address. See how effective it was. I wasn't really aware about like your presence, about like your business module, but here we are. One like sometimes you go through the emails and think, maybe I should read this one, right? What I think was really clever when I clicked on the thumbnail straight away, it like booked in calendar. That's really clever, and I think it has to be like implemented, because sometimes as a humans, like we get so short attention span, right? But if there's straight away some call to action, you're more committed, as it was in your calendar, you were more, there was higher probability that you're going to show up for this call, right? Because it was already pre-booked, and you like think, oh yeah, it's happening because you have implemented so good strategy that everything's so automatized, I would say. So this is something definitely I would love to implement in my business as well. I think it's a really clever way I haven't seen before. So
Awesome.
hope for that.
Yeah, thank you for the feedback. And it's the little things like that we know you're super busy, and your potential clients are busy as well. And that those little things help you as well to be like, oh, okay, it's already in my calendar. I don't have to do anything. So I'm glad you noticed that.
Yeah, I think it's really like clever, like felt like it added extra touch. I think every business need to have some foundation which works. So you don't reinvent the wheel. In the meantime, you add a little bit your own signature to your own flavor, and that definitely felt like the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Just a couple questions that I have for you while you're on here, so I can be able to provide as much value as possible. So the first question I do have, well, what do you want to get out of the next 45 minutes here? What do you want? What is your expectations? Because your time is valuable. So what do you want to get out?
So my expectations from these next 45 minutes, I would say maybe to have a little bit more framework in a way how you should structure your workshop. So, because I think like, for example, currently I'm at the moment when I get building my business from the scratch, right? And if there is no proper like framework in a place, you get from A to D, then back to the B, you go all over the place. Eventually it leads you're feeling so overwhelmed because you get so strong urge to do something, but it's not structured. So I would love to have some little bit more framework in a place for the workshop, how it should be structured, in the ways how I should gain the traffic for it. Like, I know quite common is like you launch the webinar, and at the end of the webinar, you launch testimonials and eventually like the master class. But I think workshop can also be quite good entry point, especially for me as a newbie, I don't know, ticket can be low price, but like, let's start there. You provide some PDFs, some workbooks. Yeah, quite curious, I'm just sort of on the vibe to try it, instead of overthinking so much.
Good. Perfect. So thanks for sharing that. What is your monthly income goal? Like, what is your goal? It doesn't have to be like your next goal, your monthly income goal.
Realistic or ideal?
Both. Go ahead and share both. What is realistic?
Realistic, I would say my money thermometer, I feel it's doable. I could make like, I don't want to like aim too low, not too high. Currently, I would say 2,000 British pounds. I think it's quite doable with enough effort putting in a place. Ideally, I would like from 5 upwards, but I know it really comes down from my own effort and action implemented. And I feel somewhere comfortable. I think it's quite doable, 2,000 as an entry point level if you provide enough volume.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you know the conversion into US dollars or no?
I would say 2.5.
It's okay if you don't, but
I would say 2.5.
2.5. Cool.
Yeah, because I think so.
Okay, well, that could definitely happen, I'm sure, quicker than you think if you're ready and you get the right guidance. Question to you is how many, like, do you have your current offers set up right now? It's not on here, but what are your current offers?
There is no current offer.
Okay.
So literally, I would say I'm building from scratch,
Got it. Okay, so you're just starting like to understand what you're even going to offer.
Yeah, so first, like this year, I already worked with Instagram client acquisition coach, doing the market research, being able to understand which is 5 main like problems, personal branding and all that. But I felt like I wasn't like clear enough about like what's my target audience, what's my niche. So like I went just like as a mindset coach who helped with procrastination, overall like a work-life balance and stuff like this. And I guess maybe because it wasn't strong enough why I didn't continue like enough. No, I feel like I want a more certain direction, mental toughness, resilience, grit, and that type of stuff. So,
Okay, no problem. That's something that you can definitely put into place. Hello, Steve. How you doing?
Good.
Awesome, awesome. Well, happy to have you on. My name is Vanessa. We're differently live in different social media platforms. Just going over some questions just to get the foundation right before we dive into the meat of this workshop, which is the value is going to be phenomenal that's provided to you. Do you currently, what type of coach are you, Stephen? What kind of offers do you currently have at the moment?
Career coach, and in terms of workshops, we what we were doing in the past with my former business partner was we would do these live webinars for free, and we I don't know, really good content, but we just had really low attendance, and one time had like one person, and it was just like so I'm thinking of A, reviving some of that, and B, would like to charge for them instead of doing them for free, because I don't think people really valued them when we were doing them for free. So so that's kind of where I'm at the moment.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And then do you have your current like coaching offers set up at the moment?
Well, I have coaching offer. I don't know what you're asking.
Like, do you offer one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and what are the price points?
Well, I work with generally a few $100s to do a resume. I do $3,000 for people working with me for a few months on their campaign.
Okay, awesome, very cool. Hello, Mary, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Just setting up, sorry.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. We're about to get into the meat of this on how to fill up your next workshop. I was giving Elvis a background about our company. So we're not just talking from no experience. If we've never met before, we've generated millions of dollars in our business, and we've helped thousands of coaches from starting their business to achieve 6 figures. And we work with coaches that are already doing 6, 7 figures to get to the next level in their business. This particular training here is literally about filling up your workshop, how to promote for it, how to actually start the process, and how to actually get a high amount of show up rate to it so that the workshop will convert and you'll add a lot of value as well. Okay, this was like a last minute pop-up video training that I didn't want to do here, so I'm glad you all showed up. So here are just some quick questions, and you can ask yourself, you can put the answers in the chat while I continue to move forward, and then we'll get right into it. So we talked about what is your monthly income goal that you want to hit. Also understanding what are your current offers. A lot of the coaches we work with have high ticket offers where they may have like $1,000 offer, but then they also have, let's say, a $5,000 offer and a $10,000 offer or more. So setting yourself up for success to hit your income goals. Okay, so if you have a goal to hit 5,000 a month or 10,000 a month or 100,000 a month, okay, then work backwards. How many clients, which is the next goal or the next question, how many clients would you need coming in per month to achieve that goal? Okay, so in your case, Elvis, let's say 5,000 British pounds is your goal. Okay, and you have an offer that is 2,500. Okay, for example, you would need 2 clients to achieve your 5,000 per month goal. Now, if you had an offer that was $100, now how many clients are you going to need to hit the 5,000? It's a lot more difficult, right? So make sure you're setting yourself up for success. And one thing that we've learned when we started our business is really price points are just made up. They're just by price points is in alignment to your confidence to provide value to somebody and be that solution. That's all. That is all it is. So we never, when we started our business in 2018, we never looked at the person to the right. What are they charging? This is just what we did. We never once, still to this day, looked at X company Y company, Y person, Y coach, and said, what are they charging? Let me compare. We said, what do we feel confident that this is worth based on our expertise? Now, in the beginning, if you're just started, you might not have the confidence yet. So price point is going to be a little lower possibly until you're like, oh, I got this and my confidence is up. But really your price points are dependent on that certainty that you have to be able to, be that solution for somebody else. The next question is, what are you currently doing to generate leads at the moment? Or book calls? Does anybody want to share? You can put it in the chat, or if you would like to share, that'd be awesome. What are you currently doing to generate leads? Hello, Rebecca. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. I remember
I
you.
was just typing, but I'll just tell you since we're talking. I am currently doing to generate leads. Oh gosh, it depends on which thing I'm working on. I have a couple of different things going. So one of them, I run opportunity ads, I guess is the way to put it, on LinkedIn, and I do messaging on LinkedIn, and they book on my calendar for similar to how we connected, kind of. Right?
Yeah, I remember you because your last name is Gold and mine is Black. So I was like, that's pretty
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. So LinkedIn, and do you do like automation outreach, or do you do organic where you actually do outreach to people?
I literally both. I have a software that does message, connections and messaging to start with on LinkedIn. And then I'm also doing social media posts, which I have both a business coaching and a life coaching business. I've been business coaching forever. I've been certified as a life coach forever, but I really never did anything with my life coaching. So I'm just launching for the first time a program for that. And so for both, I am currently doing reels. I am doing social media posts in Facebook, LinkedIn, and Insta. And then I also am I have a huge email list. Well, not huge, but like 3,000 people. That's pretty big. Not monster size. So I'm also using my email list, and I currently I had a point with you, but then I ended up doing a barter with someone who wanted to be a coach on my team, but he does social media, but he doesn't have money. So I bartered with him and let him get trained by me to do coaching, and he's going to do my social media. So I'm going to be doing that. So
okay, awesome.
I got lots happening.
Yes, that's great. That's great. So I love how you said you have a list of 3,000. Write this down if you're taking notes. Your database equals currency.
Yeah, I know. Email list is king.
So people are like, oh, I need money to make money. Again, when we started our business, we had 0 clients, $0. We were living in a country where no one spoke the same language. But because we had drive, determination, commitment, in the first 12 months, we did $245,000 in revenue.
Nice. Excellent.
Okay?
So I'm doing all that. And then all my landing pages and stuff everything's automated.
Awesome.
My email is automated. I can do campaigns. I got landing pages. I got all of that stuff's all automated.
Great. That's great. So you have 3,000. Everyone else on here, if you can put in the chat, or if you're on YouTube Live or Facebook, go ahead and share how many people you have on your list, your database. How many current people do you have on that database? It's okay if it's 100. If it's, if you're just starting, that's fine. Then write your
I built the 3,000 in a year. So, hey.
Okay.
I'm like, if you're beginning, don't be discouraged. It didn't take that long.
Yes. Awesome, Steve. Love it. Love it. Okay, great. Now, the next question I have here, and then we're going to get into it. What systems, are you using at the moment? Those of you that you said, Steve, you had 10,000, 3,000, or Mary, and Elvis, you might already have systems that you're using, or you may want to call it a CRM. There's coaches out there that are using different systems. Share what systems you're currently using in your business. You can put in the chat. It's okay, Steve. We can wake them up. He said, not sure how many are still alive. They just need to wake up, But yes, what systems are you using? Are any of you using like ClickFunnels, Kajabi, those are just some CRMs out there that, coaches that we work with are using or have used. Kartra, Calendly, you created a spreadsheet. Okay, perfect. That's exactly how we started. Okay. Okay, awesome. I'm going to share with you what we also use. It's an all-in-one platform system that we utilize that's going to allow you to automate a lot of things in your business in a very custom way. And it's also what allowed us to send this email last minute to you all. Okay. It wasn't like we sent, we did select who we were going to send this email to, this invite, but you want to be able to leverage your time, because as a coach, one of the biggest problems that we've seen is that you're so great and you have a lot of value to provide your audience or potential clients, but there's only so much that you can do. Okay. All right. There's a lot of things because you're now running a business. So we're talking about posting content. We're talking about email campaigns. We're talking about messaging. We're talking about all these different hats that you have to wear. Can be a lot and very overwhelming. Okay. So let's talk about how to actually set up a workshop. And what you can expect from the workshops and what we're going to share with you is you don't need that much time to promote. Okay. This is the results that you could get in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, to promote for a workshop and have a great percentage, let's say a 37% show up rate from the number of those registered. So let's
Can
say,
I-
yeah,
Sorry,
go ahead.
can I ask a question specifically on that? On
Yeah.
the days? I noticed that a lot of these workshops or challenges or whatever are not promoted far in advance. And the reason I noticed that is because I have an extremely busy calendar. In fact, that's why I was so late getting on here. I'm so busy and I never can go on them because they're so close, right? But they all do it. And I'm wondering, so I'm like, why don't they give us time? But then I get the other side is that people won't show up if you go too far out. So it's kind of a frustration for me, but I came here because I'm going to do a 3-day challenge next month. So
Awesome.
my first one. So those are some of the things I have to work out, because I was noticing that. Do I start promoting 10 days in advance only, or how many days in advance? Because even though it doesn't work for me, it seems to work more for everybody else.
Yeah, that's a great question. We typically do like 2 weeks. Just like you did mention, so long in advance, people forget,
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like people tend to forget. It doesn't mean you can't promote, but if you're going to choose 2 weeks, you're going to go hard and focus those 2 weeks. So you're going to have goals, and that's what we're going to dive into. So when
Okay.
you run this 3-day challenge, you want to add these 3 steps. Okay.
Yep.
So everyone ready? Step 1. Are y'all ready? Put a 5 in the chat box if you're ready. Okay. Hello, Scott. Hello, Paula. All right. We see Mary's ready. Okay. Rebecca's ready. Any other 5s in the chat box? And we'll get started. Okay, cool. No problem, Scott. We're just getting started. All right. So these 3 steps. Step 1 is to decide. Okay. So if you have your pen and paper, take notes, write these things down. If you're using your computer notepad, awesome. Step 1, decide. First thing you want to do is choose a date and time of your next workshop. Okay. Give at least 2 weeks to promote. So if you want to put right now, you can decide if you haven't yet, or if you already know your 3-day challenge that you mentioned. Okay. You can put that date in the chat box. Let's put it in the chat box. If you don't know, decide today. What is the date of your next workshop? Let's just take today's October 18th. Okay. So October 18th, let's do this. 2 weeks from now is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say I would put no later or no earlier than October 31st. So let's say beginning of November, October 31st is fine for the date. First thing you want to do, choose a date and time of your next workshop. And this is the process that we do. Okay. Literally, I'm like, okay, let's just choose a date. The next thing, set the goal of how many registrants that you want. Okay. Awesome. I see November 29th, January 8th, 10 to 12, perfect. Okay. Okay, January 8th, next year. All right. January 10th to 12, okay. All right, so choose a date and time. How many registrants do you want? What is the goal? Now think about this. If you can expect 1/3 of the people that register to show up, how many actually, you can also look at it. How many people do I want to show up on the live workshop? Does anybody want to volunteer?
Are you talking about paid people?
Paid or not paid?
If
We typically don't do a paid workshop.
You don't?
No, we typically don't do a paid workshop. So, but this could be paid or not paid, but how many do you want to show up? So Rebecca, I'm going to call on you. How many people do you want to show up on January 10th?
100.
Okay, let's be real with these numbers. And I'm going to any number you choose is amazing. So 100, you want 100 to show up. So based on, let's say, a 1/3 show up rate, that means you would need
300.
There you go. So that is a goal, 300. Now you can start, you probably want to start promoting more than 14 days. But your goal now is, our goal is going to get 300 people to register, because then from there, I can expect probably 100 people to show up. Okay. If you have a VA on your team, if you have somebody helping you promote, if you have a business partner, everybody needs to be on the same page. Okay. Because whether you're choosing 14 days to promote or 30 days to promote, you want to make sure you're tracking your numbers so everybody as a team is on the same page. That's how you're going to achieve the goal. So 300 people in this example is how many we want to register. Okay. Next, how long will the workshop be? Is it going to be 1 hour, 2 hours, 2 days, 3 days? I heard 3-day challenge.
3 days for me, an hour per day.
Perfect. Perfect. There's a lot of different ways people do workshops. What I do encourage you to do is, there's no right or wrong way, to be honest with you. Just choose. You know, because we can get caught up where it's like, oh, do I do a 3-day? Do I do a 5-day? Do I do a 1 hour? You know, and just know that the best one that works is the one that you focus on and actually promote for and go all in on and commit to. Okay. Great, 20 to 40-minute workshop. What we have found is when we've done a 5-day challenge before, they've been great, but it's kind of long. In our opinion, so we kind of don't do that anymore. It's just super long. We've done 2-hour workshops, and what we've noticed is that a lot of times after the hour, people have to go. And so by the time you actually share how they can work with you or whatever it is, sometimes people don't catch it. But if it's within the hour, I feel that people are on there, they can see what's going on. So a 20 to 40-minute workshop is perfect as well. Okay, then great. What value will you provide? This is the one we're currently on. What value will you provide? What will you teach on that particular workshop? What are you going to teach? Just getting clear on that. Okay. Then what is your call to action? This is a big one. Is it going to be, are you inviting them to one of your offers to get started to work with you? Or are you going to offer, let's say, a book call? Don't think that, because we've heard this before, people are scared to offer something at the end of their call. But how we look at it is, there's a certain percentage of people that want to work with you, and they're waiting for an offer on that call. Like me personally, sometimes if I'm like very interested in something, I invest my time. I'm like, okay, well, what is the next step? Like, how can we work together? So what is your call to action at the end of the workshop? Has anyone here, have you done workshops in the past? Okay. Awesome. What was your call to action, Mary, in let's say your workshop in the past?
So long ago. I need to get back into this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My call to action was, I wanted their email address, and then I was going to send them a pamphlet, something else, that supplemental. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Anyone else do workshops in the past?
Yeah, we would, what would we do? We would tell people about our, we have what we call a career action plan meeting and say that they could, get some information about it, but I was just thinking that I've seen other people's webinars, and one guy in particular, I mean, he was just like a real huckster, and he's just got this little machine going with, he was just good at, oh yeah, we'll do your LinkedIn profile for $1,000, and you can, and your wife can do it too, and just blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, we just could never go there with that kind of hustle. It just didn't feel like, but anyway, so.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to the offers, it depends on like what you want at the moment. We typically we'll have in our workshop a way for somebody to move forward and continue to work together. We can give like 2 options or so. Now we're not attached whether someone moves forward or not. Our intention to show up to the workshop, just like I'm doing here, is providing value. But I want to make sure to say, hey, Rebecca or Paula, maybe you really need help moving forward. So yeah, we do have something where we can help you. Okay. So that's the mindset that we provide in there, but just get clear on what your call to action is. I see Scott, 45 minutes call to action to join my program 995. If they don't join or drop off the call, then after a 20-minute coaching assessment, 3 email follow-ups with time delayed closing. Awesome. Just getting clear on what it is for you. We've had people where we've offered like $1,000 option for like a quick coaching call. Somebody's gotten started there. We connected deeper, and then they invested in a $10,000 done for you service that we had. So don't lose the opportunity to actually share what you have to those people that are interested in working with you and getting your help. Okay, are you with the call to action? Do you want to have a presentation slide, or do you want to speak one-to-many? Choose that. You can do both. We've had, where we've helped coaches, they don't want to use a presentation slide, a visual, and that's fine. They just want to connect and they do it that way. I would encourage, if you are going to do it just video to video, then at least have a visual of your offer that you're going to share for them to take advantage of so they can visually see it. Because a lot of, people are visual as well. Who's visual here? Put a 1 if you're visual, like you need to see something. Mary needs to see something, So there are some people that are just very visual, like I need to see what you're actually talking about. That's why I just did this morning for you all. Okay. How will you promote it? What is the game plan? Is it going to be email, text, social media content, organic reach out? Is it going to be written? Which platforms are you going to do? Putting your game plan in place. Now, what we do, okay, is we typically do email campaigns and we do organic reach out, whether it's following up through LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and letting people know what value we're providing in our workshop, inviting them. Okay, are you going to do strategic collaborations? That's another one. If you know someone that has your same target and that you can collaborate. Okay, one of the things that we did for 13 days, you want to stay focused. So we were sending 2 emails per day, 1 in the morning and 1 around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 days a week, so Monday through Saturday. Now, if you have the right systems, you're not going to have to, you might think like, how am I going to send manually each of these emails? Or you can set up different things where you have the copy, you can recycle the content, and we share that with our all-in-one platform, which is amazing. It does all of this. If you all need a CRM, I'll put the link, but I'm going to keep going in case I know someone. Excuse me? So choose how you're going to promote. 2 emails a day. Okay, 2 emails a day is important if you're going to promote for 14 days. Okay, Every single time you send a new email out, you would get new registrants. That's what we do. Every time we send a new email, we'll get new registrants. So don't think, oh, I sent one email to my list. Everybody knows about it. I guarantee you nobody saw it. Nobody knows about it. And an important piece in your emails is your subject line. That's something we've really learned. We had a challenge like for our own team. When we did emails, make sure our challenge was that there's a number in the subject line. It can be a dollar number. It can be like 3 steps. It can be 33%. Whatever, based on what you do, is there a measurable amount that could get somebody to be curious to open the email? Okay. Love it. Challenge free or VIP offer CTAs, group coaching, then to a retreat and a high level mastermind upsells later. Awesome. Okay, great. And this is good information for you, Elvis, as well. You're able to see what's out there, what's going on. So hope you're getting some great information here. Okay, now with the DMs, okay, organic reach out. Those of you that know us know that is our specialty. That's how we started our business, and we still do that today. 0 paid ads, no paid ads. We've not built our business or generated calls and clients through paid ads. So you do not need money to make money. You actually just need a commitment to a specific strategy. We took initiative. Online today, just putting content, okay, and content. Tell me, is anybody here have put content out and like consistently get people reaching out to you from your content to book a call, to work with you? You can say it now or forever hold your peace.
No. I put out consistent content, but so far, no. Well, I just started being really consistent a few weeks ago because I'm launching new stuff, but.
No, but I'm glad you share that, because I feel like that's it's like a misunderstanding for coaches. It's like, oh, I'm just going to put out consistent content and then people are going to reach out to me and they're going to want to book calls, and then that's not most likely not going to happen.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that to my knowledge. And but I have to say, I've known for years that I needed to do video and lives, and I hate it and I never want to do it. I finally committed, and I've finally been doing it the last few weeks, and my sites are getting hit more, my landing pages are getting more attention, my Facebook groups are getting more requests to join. So my following is going up.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I haven't gotten anyone call me to say I want to,
there you go.
but I'm getting more and more followers. So, you know, that's part of the name of the game. So
yeah, so you're absolutely right. So that's what content is for. Okay. Because your content is important. Okay. Because what we do, what we've done from the very beginning, we still do today. We also take initiative to reach out to people on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn that we feel could be a good fit for our offer. So now when we reach out to them, then they go back to your profile, Rebecca, Mary, Scott, Steve, Elvis, and then they're going to judge you by your content. They're going to be like, is it professional? Do I align with this person? Do they seem like they know what they're doing? Can they help me? That's when you can actually now move the next steps. But followers do not equal clients. And followers, there's people, 100,000 of followers, 0 clients. Okay. So yes, it's great. You want to be consistent because it builds trust and credibility. There's so much noise. There's so many coaches out there that those things do matter when you're building trust. They're going to look at your posts. They're going to look at the quality. They're going to look at those videos. But how do we get them to actually take us more seriously? Well, that's where reach outs can come to. Not only when you set your workshop date, we do reach out to invite for our workshop. You can invite people initially to join your workshop. Now, what you don't want to do, a big mistake that we see is, oh, I'm just going to put up an automation, and we don't use automations in any of our reach out. Even on LinkedIn, Rebecca, when we connected with you on LinkedIn, that was not an automation, because the personal notes and the connection comes from a quick personal note from looking at that person's profile. Now, in the very beginning, when we first started, we did it ourselves, Isabel and I. In 30 days, once we started getting results, we then hired a VA and trained them. We were not expecting that assistant to already know what to do. We help coaches with this because a lot of coaches are like, oh, I'm going to hire a VA. I'm going to hire somebody that just said they're a lead specialist and they can set appointments. And then they let them go do their work. There's no accountability. There's no training. There's no development. And they're like, there's no results. Has anybody been there yet?
Yes, I have. I had a Facebook ad, supposedly professional, run some ads for me, and what a waste. Time, money, everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad if you didn't start, that's fine too. But know that you as the coach, you're the leader. So one of the things that we do is we do have a program where we have everything in videos where coaches are able to leverage it. When they bring on somebody, they're able to plug them into that. So I just want to share that with you. Like that is important if you are going to hire someone, so you're not just wasting your money.
Can I make
Yes.
a quick thing? Because I can't stay on the whole call. I have to go again already. So
Yeah,
my
no problem.
calendar's really full. And like I said, if you don't tell me a month in advance, I can't stay for the whole thing. Sometimes I don't even get here. But can I get, I know that we emailed back and forth and I had an appointment that I ended up canceling it. But I probably, after hearing all this, want to set another one to talk to you. Can you jot down to send me your calendar link or put it in the chat here or something so I can hop back on?
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
way-
I'll have Mark, one of our expansion coach, send you a calendar link so you can book with him.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you
perfect.
so much
All right.
because I have to run, but great information so far. I wish I could stay for the rest, but I can't.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you for your time and for all of this information.
For sure. For sure.
Bye, everybody. Great. Good luck to y'all.
Awesome. All right. So that was step one.
So,
Any
is
questions
this,
on
is this recorded, by the way?
This is recorded.
Okay, so we can listen to it later if to review.
I believe so.
You're not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So any questions on step one? Anything you want to share? Okay. We're all good. So step one is just deciding. Don't overcomplicate it. I know where you're coming from. If we want it to be perfect, and we think especially as the first one, but where the answers are going to find out is doing it and testing different things. Like, to be honest with you, straightforward, like we've never done this. This is the first time we did a random pop-up. Okay. Like a value trading pop-up, because I'm testing it out. I'm saying, okay, I want to add value to people. Let's see if it's a last minute thing, how it goes. Right. So a lot of times it's just doing it and providing that value. Okay. So step two is commit. We decide, now we got to commit. Okay. So execute the activity, action, game plan that you created in the first, based on the first step. So the question is, what is the DM you'll be reaching out with to new leads or follow up to existing leads that you have spoken to in the past, if you are going to use DM? This is a sample. Okay, if you want to write down, this is a sample. Now, we don't do automations, as I mentioned, but we have a team that can do this part, right? But you want to have something that can be duplicatable. So it's hi name, hope you're doing great. Just wanted to share something that I feel that can bring lots of value to your business. I'm hosting a workshop on blank where I'll be sharing how blank, this is an example, how I've helped clients go from struggling to 15K per month by selling high ticket VIP days. Is this something you'd be interested in learning? Now, what you do not want to do is put the link to register right away. Don't do that. It's lazy. It's like, oh, I just want 50 things to go out with the link and see if they click on it. You want them to respond back. Oh, actually, yeah, that sounds interesting. Can I get more information? And then you go, absolutely. Click on the link below where you can register. It's at this day, this time. But then you have a registration page. Okay. If you don't have a registration page yet, don't make that an excuse. Get their name and email. If they're like, yeah, that sounds great, I would love to join. Awesome. What is the best email I can send you an invite to and the information to? That's literally if you don't have systems. There's always a way. Okay. Email tips, use email copy to recycle to other forms of content. So if you create, let's say you're promoting for 14 days, okay, and you're sending 2 emails out to your list a day. What is that? About 30 emails. So let's say 25 to 30 emails you're sending in a 14-day period of time. You just do the copy there, and that same copy can be recycled if you want to your Instagram, to your Facebook, to your LinkedIn. You don't have to create new content all the time. It's great content to actually save, track, and have that. Okay. Track it each day. So back to our goals. Okay. Steve or Scott, what is your goal for when you host your next workshop of how many registrants you would like? 300. Okay, you 300 too? We should all watch the movie 300. Okay, so that means, so you want 300 to actually show up? Yes or no?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How you
Okay,
doing?
cool. Yeah, I would like I didn't realize I was unmuted, sorry. Yeah, I would like 300 to show up. It'd be good. That's, I could run paid ads into it and succeed with it. I've launched it before. This is a relaunch. Before I sold it for $4.97, I'm doubling the price to like $9.95. And I sold it before, people liked it, so I know I can sell it again. And there's 2 launches I'm going to do. The one is for my sales training, and the second one is for my VIP day. So I've got different things that I'm doing, but I'm not going to do them at the same time. I'm going to lead with the sales training one, and then the next month I'll do the VIP day. So
Okay.
I've been in launch mode for the past 4 months. I launched 3 different websites the last 4 months. I've been a busy dude.
Nice. So I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you some pretty direct questions here. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay, so for the 300 people you want to show up, what date is that workshop going to be on?
I was just looking at that. I'm looking at running it. Okay, so what today is October 18th, right?
Mhm.
So I'm thinking if I started it like around November 2nd is kind of the goal. And then I haven't thought through the dates on it yet. It's the question is if I'm going to do a recorded thing or if I do a live launch method, and I'm kind of torn between doing either one.
Okay, if you had to say that 300, is it going to be in November, December, or January, or February?
Well, the whole thing is you've got to have the number 300 is a good number. It comes from Kelly Roach, and I'm a big fan of her. And she does the live launch method. I'm sure you know who Kelly Roach is. If you don't, you need to. She's really awesome. So I've been following her stuff. I've been following the stuff here on Ivy Leads. I don't know how you call it, for Leads.
Yeah.
I've been following this for a number of years as well. I follow a number of people: Jeff Walker, Brendan Burchard, Frank
Mhm.
Kern, you name it. I've been in the business since 2001. I had a, what was it called? Front page design website, my first website. So I'm, a veteran now at all this stuff.
Awesome.
But, I've had with my first big entrepreneurial thing, Aspire Now, it was one of the top self-help companies in the world at one point, but I didn't ever get it monetized properly.
Mhm.
And then when I launched the jazz festival, someone stole my domain name. So that was costly. So
Okay.
I'm going to
So-
relaunch that at some point.
Okay. Okay. So that's great. That's great. So with everyone on here, all I want us to do is the math. Okay.
What
So
math?
like the math as far as there's no smaller big goal that's too much. But
Right.
what we do need to get is focused as far as like, okay, if I'm going to have, I want this as my goal. What is the date? What are the daily activities that are going to allow me to achieve that goal? How much, if I'm doing ads, how much money am I going to have to invest on ads every day? Just getting clear on your game plan so that you can actually track it, because what you track, you can grow, and what you track can also be duplicated.
Right.
So you can actually improve on it. The first time you launch it, let's say you did A, B, and C, and you're like, oh, I didn't hit my goal. No problem. Now you know I need to do it a little bit, like more of A, more of B, more of C. Right? So getting those numbers in place, tracking each day, this is key. This is key here. We do this with our team. When we set a goal, we want 50 people to register, for example, and these are not new leads. I'm just giving you an example. That means if we are promoting as a day, as a team for 14 days, or if you're just doing it yourself, the math is I want 50 registrants divided by 14 days of promoting. That means I need 3.57 people a day to register. So I'm going to round it up to 4. As a team, I'm like, our goal is 4 registrants every single day. I don't care what we're doing. We need to promote. We need to get 4 registrants. Let's say the next day we saw we only did 3. Great. Instead of 4, we need 5 today, because every day we're tracking. And it gets people motivated and inspired to hit a certain goal. Okay. And stay on track so that we're not just putting a goal and it's kind of like a dream. Okay. Where there's some action game plan. So important to track. Then we're looking about a simple registration page. And if you're going to do it on Zoom, a Zoom link. Okay. As I mentioned, manual, if you're doing a manual in the meantime, then if those that say yes in the DM or wherever they're like, you invite them and they're interested, get their emails and you have their names and you can send them the Zoom link. That's like, if you just want to get started. Okay. But within the CRM that we utilize, you can easily create a simple registration page. And what we do is we also teach you on how to, and if you do want to get started with our 30-day free trial, okay, literally it's the greatest system out there. We've used ClickFunnels, we've used Kajabi, we've used like everything that you can think of, Active Campaign, whatever. This system has all of it and it's $197 a month. People are saving thousands of dollars every single month. We do, if you do start with the 30-day free trial, you get access at no cost to you for a Launchpad course that's going to show you how to update your leads, your exit database, and put all this stuff in place. How do you create a quick registration page? In the 30-day free trial, you can even get people to register. You don't even have to decide if you want to. Okay, but that's at ivyleads.com/CRM. You can definitely get that. Step 3, this is the last step. Any questions on step 2? Good. All right, step 3 is show up to teach and add value no matter how many show up. Don't get concerned and caught up with who shows up or who doesn't show up. This is the secret. I'm going to show up as if 150, 300, 1,000 people are on the Zoom no matter what. Because what I can control is my passion, my ability to add value. Because if we get caught up with, oh, how many are going to show up? I don't, and I understand that happens, especially in the beginning. Okay. It throws us off of like what really matters. Right now, you might be just practicing your skill sets. You might just be like, hey, but I promise you, the activity always results in results. It might not be on that specific training, but the next following week, the next following month, you're going to be like, oh, where did that person? It's because you committed to the activity. It's like a law, the law of the world, right? What you give, what you put out comes back in return, always. Always. Don't allow like the physical to like throw you off course. right? That's where the resilience comes from, Elvis, right? So step 3, show up to teach and add value no matter what. You follow through on the game plan is a success in its own. So if the game plan is, okay, we're going to send out 2 emails and 30 messages per day in the 14 days, that's what I consider a win. Did we send out 2 emails and did we shoot out 30 messages today? As an example, win. Enough wins after wins after wins for 14 days. That to me, I look at as like, that is a win. Because again, I'm focused on our activity, what we're putting out. Okay. Then when you do have the registration or when you do have the workshop, follow up with those that showed up. Okay, you can set up a text message or you can directly call them or you can set up email follow-ups in advance. We help you do that with the CRM, the system, to set it up. So we don't have to worry after our workshop. We already have, let's say 5 minutes after, an email reminder goes with, let's say, the link to the offer or a link to book a call, depending on our call to action. So you can allow the systems to work with you, work for you, because there's so much to do if it's just you. That's something that we've definitely learned. It's overwhelming. So little tweaks of putting some systems in place, like Mary, we used to use Excel sheets, like probably our first year, and we were still getting clients, we were still helping people. And then we were just getting more efficient, more effective. And that's when we started utilizing a lot of the systems to help us do work that we didn't need to be doing. Like, let's say, I'm going to actually show you real quick the process that we did, if you all want to see. Would you like to see? Okay, so from Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, okay, we would send reach outs. That was an example I showed you to a workshop. Another example can be, Mary, share with me how you help your clients real quickly.
I help them with their self-belief and then get in touch with their body.
Awesome. Who is your ideal client?
Divorced and widowed men in the 40s and 50s.
Okay, so let's say you go to Facebook or LinkedIn and you look for those divorced, widowed men. Maybe you hashtag divorced men. You know, you do go to different groups depending on the platform. You find them or you have somebody on your team research them. You can find a researcher. You can find a researcher for a great researcher that you train for, you know, $300, $400 a month, that they're just researching your ideal client, for example. You're sending messages to them. Your message could be something like, hey, you know, Jim, hey, name, whatever their name is, you know, love your profile, took a look at what you got going on. Just wanted to share, you know, I work with men who are looking to blank, you know, and, you know, you may or may not be interested at the moment, but is this something that you feel like that could be value to you if, you know, we were able to work together and I can help you get more in your body or whatever it might be, and end it with a question. You're either going to get yeses or nos. Okay, you will get no's for sure, but you also will get yeses if you do the consistency of the numbers. Now, when we do get yeses, what we have created, and Elvis, you were talking about like a lead magnet or a website. This is all we've used the past 5 years as our website. The only thing that we've used. Okay. So off of Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and we call this the 7-figure funnel. It's our only opt-in. Okay. So we didn't have like freebies, like PDFs or anything. We build this out for coaches, but I'm going to walk you through why it's so effective. So this is the reason why it's not like a website is it doesn't have so many tabs where people can get lost, like about me, all of this, you know, where people can go there. You might have a lot of hits, but there's no call to action. The power thing about this is there's 4 to 5 buttons here, right? Receive your strategy solution is a button. Imagine this being in your branding. It tells about what you do, some testimonies if you have, and then these buttons, 3 to 4 buttons here, all take somebody to the same place. Where does it take them to? 5 to 6 questions that we want to know about that person. So I'm sure you have questions that you want answers to see how you can be of value to the new people. This is all we did. once LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, those people were like, yeah, I'm interested. Awesome. I would love to share with you more information on how I can be of value to you. Answer the quick questions below. Okay, and I put the link there. And we'll be in touch with you directly after with more information. Period. You're looking for a lead magnet. This one thing has generated millions of dollars and thousands of leads. It's not a PDF because we've used PDFs. The thing with PDFs is people read it, amazing, and nothing happens. At least in our experience. Okay. This every time, which applies to you, we're finding out information. What are they most interested in? Blah, blah, blah. Right? You can even check this out yourself if you go to ivyleads.com. And our landing page is in the Ivy Leads CRM from the link that I placed below. That is the all-in-one system. We build everything, all our funnels, unlimited contacts, everything for one price. So they come in here, they answer their questions, your questions. So imagine this. Okay, I'm showing you, I'm going a little bit over because I feel like this will be very beneficial for you all. Okay. And then they're going to put, I'm currently in Mexico, so it's starting Mexico. And that's the beautiful part. You can do it from wherever you want in the world. Okay. They put their email. Okay. Okay. And the test. Okay. Black. Okay. We have quick questions here, but it's multiple choice on purpose. This is if they have a referral. Okay, if they don't have a referral, if nobody referred them, then it's not gonna go through. Okay, then they submit it. Now, what we do here is this is what we call the thank you page. Okay, now see, you've taken somebody from Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. They've gone through here. And now there's a thank you page, depending on their answers. Okay, so we can do calls to action like booking a call. You could take them to register for a webinar. We typically have book a call. We've set it up where if they said they're not ready to invest, they don't have the opportunity to book a call. We put them in the non-qualified, but we'll give them free value. So that's what I just went to here. So that you don't see a book call, you just see sharing about our offers. If they said they are ready to invest, then they had 4 opportunities to book a call. Okay, that is all we've used. And 50% of the people that go through there, they're qualified, they'll book a call automatically because now once they go through that, they receive an email and a text to say, hey, just saw you answer the quick questions. We want to invite you to a power session and allow the systems to work for you. Was that pretty simple? Or is that? Any questions? Yeah, go. You're on mute, Elvis.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. I think what's the key point in all the information which you follow is like how consistent follow up with the people because they want something more personal instead of an automated message, you know? Yeah,
for sure. What I just shared with you, it takes less than a minute for people to complete, but it builds so much trust for some reason. Because if you're just in the DM and you're like, book a call, people are like, there's not a high conversion into booking a call there. But if they just go through that one thing that doesn't require your time and you're gathering all this data as well, okay, there's a lot of people that book a call and they're ready to move forward. And if not, now you have collect names and emails that you're building.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all. We keep it simple. We keep it focused. That's all we used. What we started to incorporate after that is, okay, now we have all the people, let's say the people that we connected with last year or this year that maybe didn't move forward and we still want to add value to them. That's when we're like, okay, we have a workshop coming that we want to add value. And we promote to our existing list so we can stay connected. But the first things we did was, let's talk to new people. Let's get them through there. Let's get on book calls and let's see how we can add value to them. Any questions on that?
Well, I'll tell you what, your landing page sure has expanded from the first time you ever did something. I'll never forget it. And I've seen how you've grown, and it's more sophisticated, but I also see the marketing, copy in there with what you've done. It's nice. You've done a good job.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, what we've created as far as more sophistication is more of like the systems and the follow-ups and the qualifications, where we used to take calls with everybody that went through there. Now, obviously, we don't, because there's just so many people that are coming through that we just qualify them, but we still add value to those that aren't ready yet. We want to build relationships. And so to end this, I want to share with you the last things here. Okay, so that was succeeding. The last thing is the tech stuff. Okay, that's all, like the decide, commit, succeed is so important. Then there's some tech stuff that you can implement, like how to send an email out of your CRM. If you currently have a system that you're utilizing and you know how to do it, awesome. If you don't, that's where I invite you to come into our system. We have an awesome expert team to help. We have a community where if you are part of the CRM, you're in the community. We do a live Q&A every week to help you, because if you're not tech savvy, you don't have to worry about it. So there's different ways that we can help you, and we walk you through the process. But we have a mini course where if you do get started with a 30-day free trial, we'll definitely have our team add this course for you. It's the workshop technical stuff of how you can build that out immediately, like your registration page, how to actually view new registrants and get notified when they come in. How do you create the registration page and do the automation? How do you set up reminders in place for your workshop? So say somebody registers, you want to have some reminders, especially if it's been 14 days, at least an hour before, maybe 5 minutes before that live workshop. Also, how do you put reminders in after the workshop through email? All of this can be organized for you in different lists that you're able to follow up with them without having to remember every single one. And then also something that was cool, and Elvis, you kind of mentioned, once registered, how do you actually place the event in their Google Calendar for them? Okay, wasn't it cool when you just clicked on here, it was already in your Google Calendar? So those are the things the little things, you mentioned that, Elvis.
So I suppose it's the hyperlink to the image which you inserted, no? Like, for example, you created like in your CRM, but like, for example, MailChimp, you can attach to the image as like call to the action button, but instead of button, there's actually like the image which transfers to the link. This is how it worked, or?
Okay, I'm not the tech expert here. I just know we do it. We have like our team members that are tech experts, they do it, but the system helps you to do everything. But I assume like it's set up when you click that button, yes, you get that thank you page, and it allows you to go in the Google Calendar. So it's those little things that you're able to happen. I mean, we used to use MailChimp and everything. This CRM, it does like pipelines, it does conversations. If you want to check it out and try, we're definitely there to help you. If you have a previous list, we can upload your contacts into this CRM as well, if you would like us to do at no cost to you. Yeah, go ahead, Elvis.
Yeah, mainly what's the difference between, for example, HubSpot? HubSpot is quite decent, like as well. I have worked with a MailChimp, but HubSpot seems like pretty user-friendly as well, Mm-hmm. What's like the main benefit of using the CRM? Is it like more personalized support from the team, or?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. So we just actually had a client, so I'm going to just answer your question. We just had a client that got started with our turnkey solution where we're building out all her systems and different things. But she was using she was using Kajabi, and she was using HubSpot. Okay. But she was now paying for multiple systems. Okay. That's one of the things, multiple passwords. And now she has different systems as she grows her business. So a lot of things like HubSpot, also as you grow your business, and different things, they charge you for the amount of contacts, the amount of courses. So it's never a fixed fee as you grow your business. There's always like more, it costs more as you get more contacts, more funnels and different things. But this system, not only does it have it does everything. So you have unlimited courses, you have text messages, email campaigns, all of that is unlimited funnels, you have pipelines, everything that you need within the features is all in the system and the support. So our support is super quick. Like we have a team of support where you just submit a ticket if you have a question, and we're there for you within 24 hours or less. Typically it's within a couple hours, right? So the support is really personal. Plus we have live weekly support Q&A calls to help with that. And if you say like eventually in your business that you don't want to do the technical stuff, so we have dream assistants where we can actually do that for you. So it's not only the support, but there's so many different, you know, features that this particular CRM has. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's $197 a month. So it never goes higher than that. You can have 1,000 funnels and you can have 500,000 contacts. It's not going to be anything more than that. So that's a big advantage of like the support, the guidance, the community aspect, where we're constantly providing value like this that you'll get in addition for that.
When you mention the funnels, do you mean like similar in the way like as the click funnel? So for example, you launch your own like webinar, let's say, the people, then you support them offer and they say, oh, not this offer, then you upsell them from the freebie or something. How is the like system for Ivy Leads funnels? Like, is there any demonstration you can show or something?
Yes, so there's different types of funnels. So like, for example, that ivyleads.com, that funnel I just showed you, where's their landing page questions, that could be called a funnel. Or if you do want to upsell into something, that could be called a funnel. Also, what we do, landing pages as well. So let's say, I'm just going to give you an example. .com/stream assistant. Okay, this is all in the same system. So every page that I'm showing you is within the same system. So for example, we also do purchase pages. So let's say once you create your offer, this is one of our offers, our Dream Assistant program, where we take care of all the tech for you. Let's say you didn't want to do it. We have a Dream Assistant where we do it for you. So let's say this is your offer. Somebody comes here. Okay, they want to get started. Instead of having to write somebody an invoice, they can actually get started through here. They can pay. As soon as they pay, can set up so that they get a contract through the same system. They sign the contract, and that signed contract then sends them an email for your onboarding process. And it's all in the same system. So any type of funnel that you want, if you want to do an upsell, you can create that in this system as well. Did that answer your question?
I see. Yeah. How about like storage space? Do you offer to also be able to launch your own digital products? For example, I don't know, like courses, and you sell through your system, and straight away you get like the login access, as you just mentioned before. You get like the contract. I don't know, sign it through the DocuSign or something. Straight away transfers the ability to have some access to the content. I suppose like the system offers also that possibility on what is like storage space. For example, if you're going to launch the videos, it's really a necessity to be aware how much actually files you can upload.
Yes, unlimited storage, courses, memberships, uploading the videos. If you have PDFs, worksheets, that can all be uploaded. So let's say they sign the contract. You want them to get inside your portal. Let's say you have a course or a membership. Automatically happens. It can be set up and it goes into the same system with obviously your videos uploaded and everything within the same system. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Any other questions? That's a great question.
I'm not quite sure, for example, under which domain it's going to remain. So, for example, you have your own website and you can implement this system. It's going to be part of your like website if it's being run under WordPress or something. How it's like this synchronization works, you know?
You saying connect?
You know what I mean? Like, where's your like system like based? For example, you're running your own web page, right? And in a way you would use the system, I suppose it leads to somewhere like else, right? Like Ivy leads internal system in a website, or like, I don't understand that part. For example, you as a customer log in and you get access for this like platform where you can use the funnels, email marketing, and all that type of stuff. Whereas like based, it don't make sense. Like,
In the CRM, so it's the Ivy
Yeah.
League CRM. Yeah, it's the CRM. It's all in one. Does that answer your question? It
not
doesn't
really.
go-
I guess the problem is I kind of really like put my idea into the words, not clearly like enough, but yeah, doesn't matter.
That's
I'm
okay,
just
it's
really
all under-
curious. I like to see like the bigger picture, maybe I'm too many steps like ahead of myself.
Yeah, just know that like that we don't have our, like everything I just showed you is not connected to like a WordPress or anything. It's all built in the system.
Mhm.
That's the beautiful thing about it. You don't have different systems like a WordPress or Kajabi or HubSpot. Like all of those have their own great features, but what I'm sharing with you has all the features in one system, one investment, one password. You could do unlimited courses, unlimited memberships, which is really, really awesome. Multiple different landing pages. Yeah, and you have your own independent server.
Interesting.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
If not, it's okay. I'm here to answer your questions. You can always, I mean, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Or if you want to start with the trial and then cancel if you want, you don't feel like it's a good fit, you can, or if you want to see if this is exactly what you need, for your business, which I believe it will be based on what you shared with me before. Then yeah, let me know. I'm here to answer any questions.
Cool. I think it was quite a lot of value as we spoken before in the beginning of our webinar, to have some framework in place. It was pretty nice and clear, 3-step system, and really it comes down to you, how much like you implement and how clearly you are able like to see like amount of the people, how long it is and everything like this. So next thing you just like to implement and find the right platform and CRM, right, to be able to automatize that.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing I want to share with you before I leave here. Mary, any questions? Scott, any questions?
I'm trying to read the sign behind you.
You want to read the sign behind me?
Yeah, there it is. Very nice. Thank you.
Yes. Good question. We write down our goals over here. Okay. So you would have access as a CRM member, Ivy League member, you would have access to our intimate community as well. Just to show you here, like we just did the workshop creation where you would have access to the mini course here. And we do live system audits as well. Every Monday we go live. So you can ask questions, you can see, how you can implement what you're looking to create. And we do tutorials and so much different supports, things that take place here. So just so you know, you're definitely going to be supported here, which is really, really important for us, not just being a part of the system, but leveraging the system so that it can build your business and grow with you. All right. All right, well, I have to jump off here, but it's been a pleasure with you all. And any last questions or comments or anything like that?
No, but thank you for tonight's session. Thank you for the value.
Sure.
Like great example which you provided. I really enjoyed like the email. I think it's something that has to be like implemented. And yeah, definitely there was the value, and thank you for setting up this workshop in the last minute. And yeah,
Awesome.
who knows
for
where this path gonna lead to.
For sure. I'm grateful that you all invested your time here, and stay tuned because we're going to be doing different like value sessions where we come on quickly and do different trainings on different things. So if there's a specific topic you want us to dive into, like I want to start doing this like once a week possibly, where we can dive into maybe not just me, but coming on here and being able to provide you value to grow your business. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm excited to hear your results for your workshop.